always stretched to the limit, America's education system now in crisis as the latest COVID outbreak and renegade teachers' unions wreak havoc. Schools struggling to stay open, some going remote. It's a stress mess that has teachers and students on the brink. In fact, a new survey finds over the last month, 48% of teachers admitting that they have considered quitting the profession. That comes as the standoff in Chicago enters its third straight day. Lives hanging in the balance for more than 300,000 public school students out of class, some hungry, some unsupervised, and yet the militant teachers union finding some support from the ladies of The View.
The notion that, teachers should just suck it up and go to work, I think it's ridiculous.
They are understaffed. It's unsafe. They're under-tested. There's no tests at home. This is a petri dish that they're being told to walk into every day.
If we want to make this less political, it should be the school superintendent taking the lead on this, not the politically elected mayor of Chicago.
All right, Jesse, there's a guy named Jesse Sharkey who's a socialist who runs the teachers union. So isn't Chicago unique in the fact that it has this militant teachers union that really goes way overboard, it seems, in terms of what's reasonable and what's not?
Yeah, militant's a good word to describe it, Geraldo. This would be my plan to save Chicago. I'd call Oprah. I'd say, Ms. Winfrey, this is your city. Go put out a PSA. Let's get some fire lit under these teachers, and that would do a lot of good. She's got juice. You know that. Then you call Michelle Obama. Can you do something, Michelle? Make a call. Michelle made a call when Jussie Smollett got booked. She's not going to make a call when 350,000 school-age students are being denied an education. I mean, the Chicago schools got everything they wanted. They got nearly $3 billion. All the teachers got to jump the line with the vaccines. And now they're not even agreeing to a deal they made with other Democrats. Democrats can't do a deal. It's no wonder Republicans don't want to deal with these people. They won't even give their own party a fair shake. Imagine being a Chicago parent. Like you work at a butcher shop, you take a subway, you go into an office building. You have adults breathing on you all day. They're still going to work. But teachers can't go to work in one of the safest environments there is, a classroom. So I would do this. I would threaten the Chicago teachers with a test, and not a COVID test, an actual test to see if they can actually teach, to see if they're qualified enough to teach the students. Because basic reading, writing, and arithmetic, I'd even throw in some questions about COVID, just to see if they are knowledgeable at all about this virus. And if they can't get, over 80%, you dock their pay. You had a great idea, Geraldo. If they get over 80%, you negotiate in good faith. But I don't think these teachers are even smart enough to be in the classroom.
Dagan, Jesse mentions test. One of the proposals by the teachers union is that kids get tested. Every kid gets tested before they open the school, and the kids can get tested, in the opinion of the union, without the consent of the parents. How do you feel about that?
They're vaccinated. They're basically refusing these teachers to go to work for what is a bad cold, where they want to stay home and go to bars and drink. Get to work. I wish Lori Lightfoot would stand up and fire them all. 73% of these teachers voted to return to remote learning. If she fired them all and pulled a Ronald Reagan, wouldn't that be something? I guarantee you more than 27% of them would show up back in the classroom. Those women on The View, leave it to selfish narcissists to defend selfish narcissists. These teachers are willing to hurt children to protect themselves. And I just will point to all of the people who sacrificed and did put their health at risk way before a vaccine to just put food on people's tables. Not just the healthcare workers, but the Amazon delivery people, anybody delivering groceries and packages, putting it out there, even driving Ubers, putting it out there every day. These teachers, half of them have thought about quitting? Good. We need to blow up the whole system. Quit. Go find a job that when you don't show up for work, they will fire your ass.
Greg, it is like the squad is running the union, isn't it?
Yeah, and you have The View defending these teachers because if the teachers go back to work, there goes The View's audience, right? These teachers are The View's key demographic. You know, sluggish cat ladies in sweats stained with chocolate eclairs. That's an image I won't get. I've got it, but you know what? That is kind of unfair, but it illustrates.
It is unfair.
It illustrates.
It is unfair. Anna Navarro, for one, is very
right. Let me get to my point, Geraldo. I'm making this point for a reason. Kat Timpf made this point last night. Teachers' unions have managed to take one of the most beloved occupations and redefined it as selfish and lazy. All of us in our generations used to love our teachers. My mother was a teacher. I bet some of your mothers were teachers
Mine too.
Yeah, and the system and the unions destroyed the image of the teacher, turned the classroom into a supervised prison. So now this is one crisis that America shouldn't let go to waste. We should fire people. It's time to pull the money out of the system, start backing the parents, give them the money so they can make the choices of the best education, whether it's school choice, homeschooling, the Peloton model. That's the only way you're going to make this better is by introducing competition. But the unions hate the competition because that means they got to take off the jammies, put on the clothes, and go to work. Right?
But what about the point, Martha? What about the point? The point that they want the kids all to be tested, and there are no tests available. I mean, don't they have a point there, Martha?
It's ridiculous. I mean, they got billions of dollars to make sure that the schools were safe. They've been told they have to go to work. And I agree. What other profession are you told you have to show up for your job, and if you don't show up, you don't get fired? Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. And Lori Lightfoot wants to not pay them. Good. Don't pay them. If you choose not to show up for your job, you shouldn't get paid. And what I find really encouraging here is that there have been some teachers who have bucked the trend, bucked the union, and they said, I'm showing up anyway.
Good.
This wonderful teacher who was on Fox earlier today, who is in himself being treated for cancer, he said, these children are my priority. That is why people go into teaching. That's why my mother went into teaching. My sister is an amazing teacher. But that's why they teach, because they love the children. And they want to be there. And you're right. These individuals have completely changed people's idea of teaching. And people need more agency, and that's why they're taking it. 7% drop in enrollment in the Chicago public school system in the last 3 years. People are voting with their feet. And in places like Arizona and West Virginia and Florida, you can take your dollars and you can spend them the way you want. They spend way too much money in the Chicago public school system on each child. It's obviously not working, because you can spend a lot less in Catholic schools and other schools, charter schools, and get a lot more for your money.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.